betting strategies for years globally, all over the place: US, Canada, South Africa, Sweden, Europe, mostly in the UK as well. And this method I'm going to talk about today again is one that has prevailed for me. You may have seen on my YouTube channel, I've vlogged 30,000 pounds or so plus over summer last year to summer this year, pretty much. Now, at this point, we've got Newmarket Festival, and it brings about tons of value. I'm going to place a couple of bets here, I think, just to get rolling. Not really fussed, to be honest, whether these bets actually win. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm interested in the value. So £250 each way is there. And I'm doing these, as you can see, by eye. Once you're very experienced with my method, you'll be able to do this yourself as well. Of course, if you're on board, lots of my members up and down the country are using this every single day, and it works fantastically. So we'll stick another one on here. Okay, £20 each way, 28 to 1 there. Great. Again, if it wins, loses, it really doesn't make a difference in the long term. You can see, because we have a festival here, there are quite a few races with extra places. Now, you can do this on sites where there is no extra place, and bookmakers where there's no extra place. That can be done too. And in many cases, lots of my members do that. We call them natural extra places or natural value. And the reason why mostly is because that's exactly what they have. They have natural value because they don't require any extra place offer to make them valuable at all. So there's another one there I've just popped on, and I think we've got another one I can spread out here as well. So £50 each way again. And at this point, I bet about £400 in those two races. There are a few races earlier on in the day, and there are also races in other places. Again, I've already checked this horse. I'll probably go for about £30 each way. Celtic Warrior there, Sylvester de Souza riding, Andrew Balling. They do quite well sometimes, but again, I'm not gambling. I have absolutely no interest in gambling whatsoever, and you'll never find me betting really a lot of money where there is no value. My job to make money betting is simply to take value bets. And in my case specifically, I'm more concerned about the value on the each way side, because if you look, this horse, or all the horses in this race, it says each way 1/5 of the odds. That means every single horse is going to have their odds divided by 5 to give a result on basically what you'll be paid as a place price. Now, that can't be right, can it? How can you say that every single horse will just be divided by 5 and everything will be fine? And, in many cases, as the odds go up, that's where the value starts to rise. So that's the trap the bookies get caught in, really. This keeps it nice and easy. They haven't changed this for a long time, as far as I can remember. But really, I think to make it fair for them, the higher odds horses need to change this, essentially, and make it a 1/6, 1/7, etc. As otherwise, they're just open to people like me coming along and taking value. Now, whether it's on Newmarket or it's on, let's say, Ascot, Ascot reasonably popular. You can see on a Saturday, this is when my members and myself, we really look for massive value, because there's just so many bets. There's so many different races as well. There's all sorts. The more races, the more offers, often the higher the value. And then that's absolutely the case again on this race. Now, again, like I said, I probably won't even check the results. I will just check my balance at the end of the day, because I just don't care who wins or loses. I mean, imagine that. You can now place bets in a way where it doesn't really matter what happens. Now, some people match bet, some people lay their horse bets, but that comes with various caveats. Not only can you suffer massive qualifying losses, that your bet size will get you gubbed as well and restricted. Whereas if you're betting like I am over time, I built my balance a bit, I've got a bit of cash in here, I don't go silly. I mean, I could bet 100 each way if I wanted to, but I know if I just cruise along, £50 each way, for the amount of balance I've got and the age of the account, it's likely I'll stay on for a longer time. The takeaway for a lot of people, I would say, who have seen my YouTube channel is absolutely that, it's the length of time I'm able to hold these accounts. If you saw my William Hill account, I mean, £12,000, I got from that. It's an awful lot of money compared to what most get. Okay, most people just get removed very early on and taken out of the game. And of course, if you're removed early, you could be doing this method or a similar method. But what's the point? I mean, you're not going to keep the account, and they're just going to get rid of you. So it's not going to last very long, and it's probably why a lot of people don't do this. Is because they can't make it sustainable. But there is a way to do that. So if you want to win at horse betting, in short, I would say you have to use math. You have to understand that betting is a mathematical game. Gamblers practically always lose money, and it just depends on what side you want to be. I definitely prefer being on the side that is up. You can see it on my YouTube. But yeah, I mean, if you're gambling and you think you know who wins, it's very likely that you don't. There are a very, very small amount of people who do that. They read form and things like that. Okay, it's not saying that it's not possible. It's absolutely possible. There's people that do it, but it's just so much better to use math because the bookies, Betfair, don't know who's going to win this race. They don't care who's going to win this race. So similarly, I'm not going to care because I don't need to. I know it's all on numbers, and I bet £700 or so, and I can just let the races run. That's a reasonable amount of money to be bet for the day. So if you want to learn how these kind of things work, go underneath the video. It's right there. I teach people all across the UK. And you can see all my results on this channel. I suppose the main takeaway from this video is that if you're someone who's seen that there's a lot of racing at Newmarket Festival, and you're saying, but Lulu's Gift, it's got William Buick riding the horse. The trainer's W.J. Haggis, William Haggis, I believe. Who cares? I don't care what the trainer is. I don't care who the jockey is. All I'm interested in is this, the numbers, the math, because this is what makes money. Okay? So don't gamble and just go off the math. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.